Welcome to EnrolPay. So, you've completed your first pay run. Now we're going to look at those all-important real-time information submissions. EnrolPay small payroll software compiles all of the relevant information for you, so your full payment submission is a simple two-click process. Let's look at this in a little more detail. As you can see, we now have a record in our Close Pay Runs tab. I can quickly view the pay run figures by clicking on the View icon where I have the option to print this screen. Or if I want to look at things in greater detail, I can click on the Edit icon. Here I can see in greater depth the details about this closed pay run, including a payments breakdown for each employee and any pensions contributions at the top. The HMRC tab shows any payments that I, as an employer, have to pay with my return, and the Reconciliations tab shows a full breakdown of all the various payments, including employer's information, statutory payments, net pay details, and a summary at the bottom. I'm going to keep note of the tax and national insurance figures for later. This figure at the bottom represents the total value of your payroll for this period, including the net pay total, tax, employees and employers' national insurance and pensions contributions. Let's click on the Submissions tab and send our full payment submission to HMRC. Here you can see the various types of RTI submission that can be made. The ones we are interested in are FPS, EPS, and the questions and declarations. EYU is an earlier year update for when errors were made in a previous tax year and need to be corrected. An EAS is an employer alignment submission, a one-off submission made when you first start submitting files online to HMRC and have more than 250 employees on your payroll. The questions and declarations section is important and must be completed at the end of the tax year prior to filing your last FPS submission to HMRC. This declaration confirms whether or not any elements of your payroll require special attention or further action, and is a prerequisite for your end-of-year employer payment summary. Your employer payment summary, or EPS, contains information that determines the amount you owe HMRC at the end of each tax reporting period, your P32 payment. You normally submit an EPS when you recover statutory payments, for example statutory maternity pay, which reduces your liability and the amount you owe HMRC. Now, let's look back at the Full Payment Submission tab. You can see your record below detailing the pay run name, tax period, and pay date information as well as the current submission status. Before I submit my FPS file, I'm going to check the summary information to make sure that the current period figures are in line with what I'm expecting to pay. I took note of these on the reconciliation screen in the Closed Pay Run section, just to make sure that I'm submitting the right file. Now that I'm satisfied I will be submitting the correct information, I'm going to test my file by sending it to the HMRC test gateway. EnrolPay software will continually send this file up to 1,000 times until it gets a response, so it's important to remember not to send our file again until it has finished. Leaving the Gateway Test button on Yes, I'm going to go ahead and change the Compress setting to No. This way, I get to see all of the information I'm sending. Click Submit to run the test, which generally takes anywhere between 15 seconds and 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and let that run in real time. Now that the test has been successful, I know I can send the file live. In the same way, I click on Submit, switch Compress to No, but this time I change the Gateway Test option to No. Click Submit, wait for the status to change to Successful, and rest easy knowing that you're all done.